Please welcome founder and CEO of Mukuru Clean Stoves and winner of the 2022 Earthshot Prize, Charlotte Magai, for a conversation with actress, humanitarian, and UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador, Nomzamo Mbata.
Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Innovation Summit. It is an incredible, incredible honor to be here. Please look at the person next to you just to say, optimism above all. Did you hear that, Charlotte? Mm-hmm. I didn't hear that. Let's try that one more time. That's more like it. Now, it's incredible to be here on the stage, and what I love about imagination is that I can be able to sit in the middle of the concrete jungle, New York City, and close my eyes and imagine myself in Kenya, 2 factories bustling with people making Mukuru stoves. Now, if you're like me, I know what Mukuru stoves are, but if you're not like me, you're sitting there asking yourself, what are Mukuru stoves? And I get to sit next to the founder and CEO of Mukuru Stoves, Charlotte Magai, who is also the 2022 Earthshot Prize winner for Clean Our Air. Now, Charlotte, for everyone who's sitting here, Mukuru Stoves, what makes them unique? And what was the essential innovation when you decided to start?
Thank you. First of all, that was nerve-wracking, but it's great to see familiar faces on the audience. My name is Charlotte Magai. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, and Mukuru stoves are stoves that I made after my daughter got burnt by a traditional stove. Essentially, what they do is they allow families to use less fuel, thereby reducing household air pollution and fuel consumption costs. What they have is a raised thermal efficiency, and we use recycled metal to make them, which makes them a little bit cheaper for the communities that need them.
Now, a quote that I read earlier says, the best ideas are personal ones born of personal experience, ones that originated to help a few, but ended up helping many. Now, in your previous answer, you likely touched on your own personal experience that inspired you to start Mukuru Stoves. And I wonder if you'd be able to unpack that for us and just share a little bit more on what exactly happened and what the solution to that was.
Thank you. So I'm 30 now, but when I was 10, I lost both my parents. And at 16, I became pregnant, so I dropped out of school. I got a job selling charcoal, and we used that coupled by a traditional stove. When my daughter was around 2 years, I was cooking and there was an accident. She got very severe burns. And that is what sparked my interest to provide better cooking technologies for my community. Initially, I just wanted to provide a more stable stove to reduce, the cases of burns in children under the age of 5. But then while doing research on that, I found out that wasn't even the biggest problem. People were really battling with respiratory tract illnesses, high cost of fuel. So then I designed a stove that would solve all 3 problems. And then we work with local women business owners. So because they're the ones who use the stoves and understand the need, they distribute our stoves and they earn a 10% commission on it.
Wow, so there's a sense of ownership. Talk about economic development through women empowerment. Now, so much of the Earthshot Prize is around scaling and growth. Can you be able to just let us know in terms of the personal and key milestones that you have seen for yourself, but also for Mukuru Stoves through the partnership with Earthshot Prize?
So many exciting numbers to throw at you, but one that's very exciting for me was when we won the Earthshot Prize a year ago, we had sold about 250,000 stoves. Last week, yesterday, we reached 400,000 households with our Clean Cook stoves. But then that's not the only thing that's happened.
Something to clap about. It's a big number.
Thank you. That's not the only thing that's happening. There's this quote that says, if you allow people to have basic essential needs, if you allow people the resources that they need, then they have the opportunity to dream. And for me, you would think that I already had that with Mukuru, but after we won the Earthshot Prize, again, I was able to dream and be creative. And so in December, a few weeks after we won, I was reading a report by the CDC, and it was talking about families still catching malaria even when they have access to mosquito nets. And reading the timelines when they were getting bitten by mosquitoes, it was around the time when they were cooking with our stoves. And so I thought, what can we do? And then again, I learned that Kenya and Tanzania, I'm from Kenya, we're the largest producers of pyrethrin in the world, and pyrethrin is the strongest insecticide in the world. So then I decided I was going to infuse that into our briquette. So when you burn it, it turns your home into a mosquito repellent zone, and it allows for protection for 12 hours. And one of the Earthshot partners just decided to give us some more money. They're funding us to be able to do more research and bring this product to more households. So thank you so much, Jody Allen.
Indeed. Of course, this forms part of the leg of Mukuru Foundation. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us about Mukuru Foundation and the research and development that's going to be going into the fight against one of the most deadliest diseases in the world today, malaria?
Thank you so much. So yeah, we run a business, and that's what we want. We won the Earthshot Prize for, but we wanted to be able to do a little bit more. So we formed a foundation, and we just got it registered this year. And what we're going to try and do, is to develop solutions, but also do research to prove that it works, and then go out there and look for financing with a little bit of traction, with a little bit of data to show that this is working and it is impacting lives. So Mukuru Clean Stoves, with Paul G. Allen Family Foundation being the first funders of that foundation, we're going to be able to set up a model world village. I've been saying model African village, but Larissa just corrected me that there are villages outside of Africa, and I need to think bigger. So we're setting up a model African village, and we're going to be testing our solutions within these households to ensure that we are saying that it reduces maybe household air pollution or it fights malaria in a specific hut. In Kenya, we need to be able to prove that it can do the same thing in Nigeria or another country in Oceania. So that is what we're doing with the foundation, and hopefully we can keep coming up with new solutions to impact more lives. Absolutely. And we don't want it to just stop at Mukuru, because now we have a big platform. We have a really big opportunity to be able to, get more resources, get more partners. So we're going to allow our team and more people to be able to dream, to be able to prove that their dreams are valid, and then get the support that they need to be able to scale it.
And you are a testament of a valid dream. I could sit here and listen to this woman speak the entire morning, but I will get kicked off the stage.